شنو ايه وين الاخضر؟ الازرق وين؟ هذا هذا المسبح.
They taught us how to use explosive belts. They showed us how to trigger them by pressing the red button, like this, if we were arrested in the land of the infidels. They taught me that for 2 days, then they took me and showed me where I was supposed to blow myself up.
هاي ضربة الدبابة. هذا داعش، هذا مقر داعش. الطيارة يضرب. سلم. مرض داعش. مرض داعش.
I was trained to an advanced level 2. They showed me the place where I was supposed to blow myself up. They said, God will accept your martyrdom and you'll go to paradise. And up there, you'll be reunited with your parents and have everything you want. They said we'd even get money for blowing ourselves up, that we'd have toys, cars, and computers in paradise, anything we wanted.
They used to say, and you'll see your parents in paradise too. God will give you whatever you want.
My name is Musa. I'm 12.
I'm Youssef. I'm 9 years old.
We're brothers.
My name's Kaswara. I'm 16. I'm from Syria, from Raqqa. I was a member of Islamic State. I was 14 when I joined them.
This is Acropolis, very nice, and then here Omonia, and there Sindarma. I like it, Monastiraki. I go to inside the Monastiraki. There, Heliopolis is there. This light. دخلت اليونان 2016 الشهر الثاني. أنا جيت على اليونان أبدأ حياتي من أول وجديد لأن شان الحرب اللي عندنا وكنت منهزم بالدراسة.
Over there, you'd walk down the street and see posters about the jihad. In the parks, people would talk to you about the jihad. You couldn't get away from the jihad anywhere. All my friends had already joined Islamic State. I was convinced too, so I joined them. There are special training camps for minors. The age limit is 16. They call them the Ashbal. Ashbal, the lion cubs of the Caliphate. We were the cleaners group. When Daesh takes an area and continues to advance, we come after them to secure the sector. We come to clean the area. Cleaning means slitting the throats of those who belong to the other side and are hiding. We set fire to liquor stores and destroy them. That was our mission. And then I asked to become an intelligence officer. They agreed. I was very useful to them. Firstly, because of my age, I look like any other kid. When they wanted to capture someone, they would send me first, with another boy. Another boy would come with me, and it was thanks to us they arrested so many people. We didn't even know one another's names. We wore balaklavas 24/7 during our working hours and everything. Even amongst ourselves, we were known as Abu Slash to everyone. No one could know your real identity. Most of the time, our work consisted of trapping people, as they say. Trapping people like, for instance, cigarette traffickers. If Daesh had doubts about someone, we watched their every move. We kept tabs on their comings and goings. Our job consisted of carrying out searches and arresting people.
What's the worst thing you did?
Slitting people's throats, slitting someone's throat, and so many other things. So many other things. People whose throats were slit because of me. A guy from my area was decapitated by Islamic State because of me. People had their hands chopped off because of me.
Do you think you had a child's life?
No, I should have had another life. It was almost 3 years. It's not a life.
At first, I was really happy to be with them. They gave us lots of little gifts. They'd take us for rides in their cars. They said they'd take us anywhere we wanted. We loved them.
They'd take us home and give us pocket money. It was brainwashing. In fact, they'd give us money and take us out, then bring us home.
Sometimes they'd take us to the mosque. They'd make us wear white.
After prayers, they'd close the mosque and gather all the children together. They'd bring us guns. There was a switch with a spring. You have to press it and pull the thing. There's a switch that opens it all. And they'd say to us, "You're doing it right." They encouraged us. Then the grown-ups would take us to the village where we'd practice firing at targets. If you couldn't do it, they'd kick you out of the group.
What I liked best was training, running with the gun, and throwing myself to the ground.
Later, I was transferred to Tabqa. I stayed there for 6 or 7 months. It was a secret place, just for children. Even the airplanes couldn't spot it. It was top secret. I swore allegiance, but then I started to cry and I wanted to go home. They didn't let me leave. They taught us to swim, to take apart weapons. We carried on doing all this in Tabqa. Then they told me I was going to put on an explosive belt and blow myself up.
How many children were there at the center?
About 100, maybe 150. They were 6 to 10 years old.
بس انه اشتغل بين الوجه هيك يوسف وموسى طبعا تعرف معنا.
The problem with Yusuf and Musa is that their father doesn't take care of them.
المشكلة ما ينتبه عليهم ولا شيء.
They've lived with me since they were little.
يعني مثل ما يقول
They're like my children.
مثل ما يقول أولادي يعني.
I'm Suhaib Deri from Deir ez-Zor. I'm a member of the Free Syrian Army. I fight Daesh. I heard that Daesh was luring them to the mosque and teaching them Sharia. At the time, Daesh was starting to train a generation of child killers. That's why I got them out of there. I'm looking after them now, and I'm trying to help them forget everything Daesh put them through. Children are very useful to them, far more than a 20, 25, or 30-year-old who knows who he's dealing with. They're using 4 or 5-year-old children to kill people. This generation is the post-Daesh generation, the generation of children that'll take over when Daesh falls. When Daesh disappears, these children will still be here to rebuild Islamic State. Look, this is one of Daesh's crimes. This boy is 4 years old. He's from Deir ez-Zor. He's about to kill a man. who's barely 30.
30 سنة. عمره 4 سنين.
He's 4 years old.
أقتله، مستعد أقتل الطفل هذا.
If I run into that child, I'll kill him. I'll kill his father, his whole family.
لأنه هاي الجريمة. هذا الطفل إذا كبر.
If this boy lives, he'll cause a lot of problems.
كثير. راح يجرب أطفال النوم.
This boy will lead other children astray.
يعني مثل إنه بكرة يطلع معلم.
At the age of 10 or 11, he'll be a master.
10 سنين 11 سنة يصير معلم.
He'll train other children to do the same. And that's the main problem.
وهذا هو الأكبر
If this child is caught and killed, it's better than letting him live.
أولى مما ينترك.
You can't say he's just a child. He mustn't be spared. He has to be killed.
لازم القتل.
It's 4 years now. 4 years the children have been in Daesh's ranks. Another 2 years like this, and the Syrian children in Daesh will be a real danger for the whole world.
خطر على العالم كله. اسمي عمر.
My name's Omar.
سوريا.
I'm from Deir ez-Zor.
مدرس سابق.
I was a teacher from Islamic State.
الغاية يعني اللي كان بده إياها التنظيم يعني.
Their objective wasn't to educate the children, but to train a generation of fighters in Syria and abroad.
مثل ما يقول قلبا.
They instilled this idea from childhood.
الفكرة منه صغير يعني تنشأ عنده الفكرة. فالتنظيم عكس ذلك همش كل.
The members of Islamic State marginalized all subjects. They discarded Arabic, maths, and English. They focused exclusively on religion. There were propaganda videos too, and Islamic State radio. Everything was geared towards exciting them, including drugs. But the main thing was propaganda. They'd put screens up all over the place to broadcast stimulating songs. All these things really influenced them, so there were more and more children. The camps were bursting at the seams. The conditions were really cramped. There were that many children. And there are just as many going now. Little by little, the scenes of killing became embedded in the children's minds. It becomes normal. They don't feel anything anymore. They're not afraid of anything either. By seeing so many unbearable things, they become immune to it.
My name's Abu Furat. I was a teacher in Deir ez-Zor. I've been in Turkey for a year.
جاءت داعش استولت على هذه المدارس
When Daesh arrived, they took over all the schools. Their curriculum for fourth graders was only 20 pages long, likewise for fifth graders. To teach them to count, they used photos of bombs, pistols, and bullets, that kind of thing. At the beginning, an Islamic State education supervisor came to see us and said, "Show me what you're teaching the children." We showed him our manual. It was the official Syrian curriculum. He looked at the chapter on insects and made fun of us. He said to us, "Why are you teaching that to the children? Take them to Daesh's laboratories instead to make explosives. They can learn how to make bombs." But we carried on working regardless. I said to one of my colleagues, "As long as we're alive, we'll carry on." As for me, I did everything I could to make school appealing to the children. We'd take them to play soccer or swimming in the river. Anything we could think of, so they wouldn't be alone with Daesh and their child recruiters.
Daesh allows soccer?
Sure. Actually, I have a very funny story about it. A Daesh team came to play with us one day. There was a referee who was using a whistle. One of the Daesh youngsters said to him, "Whistling is forbidden. It's a sin. It's haram." Anyway, we carried on playing and then someone fouled. And the youngster said, "You're not playing by God's rules." So we asked them, "What are we supposed to do then?" And the kid replied, "The law of talion applies. It's eye for eye, tackle for tackle." I began to be afraid for the children. So I had the idea of making a new football field to protect the children, to keep them away from Daesh's men, because they were becoming increasingly extremist. The Hizbah, the Islamic police, drove the parents away. Deir ez-Zor became a ghost town. In the streets, there weren't any men or women. People stayed at home. They didn't dare go out anymore. There were only children in the streets. It was a very smart idea. Thanks to this method, the children are in direct contact with Daesh. Eventually, they forbade me to teach. After I left, I heard many children had been recruited by Daesh. These children are above all victims. Victims of terrorism. Victims of Daesh. Victims of the regime. Victims of the war in Syria.
الصادقين الطائعين لربهم منكم أنتم يا من سالت دماؤكم في سبيل تحكيم شرع الله جل وعلا العظام. الإسلام قامت فاسحقوا كل الحدود حيثما دارت حقيقة البشرى ورعد ويقين إنه النصر المؤزر من إله العالمين فاصدحوا في كل حج هذا يوم الفاتحين الله أكبر إنه النصر المبين إن عقيدة البشرى ورعد ويقين تعلو راية الحق ويصبر الكافرين ونعيد المجد. هذا يا إخوان دولة الإسلام باقية، دولة الإسلام باقية، تكبير الحمد لله والفضل لله وحده تبارك وتعالى. تكبير تكبير. يا أخي لازم الصوت يوصل. لا وين؟ لا عنده وفاء.
طبعا هذه
This is a preaching session organized by Daesh.
الدعوية اللي يسويها تنظيم داعش.
وتكالبت علينا الآن الأمم بأجمع.
كان في بشكل يومي
They'd hold sessions like this every week in tents.
خيم دعوية. خيم دعوية يقيمها التنظيم.
They organized competitions for the children too.
للأطفال. فكانوا هم يجذبون.
They'd entice them with games and gift giving.
تصير شد حبل، تصير
That kind of thing.
توزيع هدايا وكذا، فكانوا
And all the children went.
وكانوا المكان نوعا ما.
They were held in our neighborhood, very close to our house.
المكان اللي كانوا يعني.
So my brothers, Bashir and Abdel Karim, would go. We gave them something to do because they were on their own.
هم اللي كانوا وحيدين.
دولتي يا أنا.
أنا اسمي ريان.
I'm Ryan. I'm from Deir ez-Zor.
20 سنة.
I'm 24. I've been in Germany for 2 years.
نعم لا يزال
I have 2 brothers who still live in Deir ez-Zor.
بشير عمره
Bashir, who's 10, and Abdel Karim, who's 9.
عمره 9 سنوات.
يا عاصب الراس وينك؟ صوت صوت. يا عاصب الراس وينك؟ يا عاصب الراس وينك؟
أو عبد الكريم وبشير.
One of the reasons my brothers, Bashir and Abdel Karim, joined Islamic State is they were home alone with no one to supervise them.
بالبيت ما كان في مرشد.
أن الدولة الإسلامية انسحبت من البيت، صحيح أم لا؟
التنظيم شالوا التلفزيونات بشكل كامل.
And Daesh confiscated all the televisions. That's a really important point.
يعني ما كان في تلفزيون فأحط هذا السبب نوعا ما.
There weren't any TVs or satellite dishes, so obviously they got interested in Islamic State's propaganda.
التلفزيونات والسلطة والدش.
And all the schools were closed.
ما في مدارس، المدارس مغلقة بشكل كامل.
I sent them money to buy a computer so they could play Counter-Strike, for instance, and have fun.
بحيث انه يحط عليه كاونتر سترايك كذا انه اسليهم يعني بحيث.
You know, kids are addicted to that stuff. They love those kind of games.
يعني ردت اشوف شيء.
And I try to find something that keep them busy so they stay in front of the computer. So I sent them money for a computer and a generator.
بعثت لهم سعر لابتوب وحتى.
But they use the computer to watch Daesh propaganda films.
فوقت انا بعث لهم صاروا ايش يجيبون.
I have some videos I can show you. Look.
طبعا في فيديوهات بدي اشوفك اياها لهذا الموضوع يعني. طبعا هذا اللابتوب أنا اللي بعثته لبشير.
That's the computer they bought with the money I sent.
مشان حتى إنه يعني يقدر يسوي.
They were supposed to use it to have fun playing video games.
يسلي فيه أو يلعب فيه خلال ألعاب الكمبيوتر أو اللابتوب. بس بهذا الفيديو طبعا هذا الفيديو.
It's my mother who's filming. She wants to show me they're using the computer to watch Daesh propaganda.
شوف بيه من خلال إصدارات تنظيم داعش
See? I'm watching a Daesh video. Even my youngest brother is watching with them. They spend all their time doing that.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هو أحد جنود الدولة الإسلامية تم أسره في مطار دير الزر العسكري ولله الحمد. سوف نقص أحد المرتدين ولله الحمد. الله أكبر.
You see, those are my kid brothers playing, Abdul Karim and Bashir. There's even the youngest. When I see that, I can't. I'm at a loss for words. I'm speechless. They're in Deir ez-Zor, Daesh is brainwashing them, and I'm stuck here, trapped. When I saw that, it was a terrible shock. I felt totally numb. I've been trying to get them out of there ever since because I know what's going to happen to them. I'm expecting the worst now.
I felt small, but they said I was big enough to swear allegiance.
They told me I was 14, but I was only 8 or 8.5. My mom said I was still young, and she didn't like the Islamic State. She told me they were liars. She said, "You see what they'll do with you. They're liars. They want to brainwash you." They took children by force from their parents. When a father came to ask for his son back, they'd say to him he had to join the Islamic State too. They'd ask him, "How many lashes of the whip do you want?" He could choose between 40 and 50 lashes. So he'd choose 40 lashes, and they'd say to him, "If you come back, you'll be sorry." So he wouldn't come back.
One day, we went, but there were no classes. They told us we were going to watch a thief being punished. And they killed him and his brother.
They'd tie them up like this. They put masks on them and pulled their clothes off their shoulders. They were drugged, of course, so they didn't resist. Then the big executioner turns up with his sword. He walks, he walks, he walks. He shouts, "God is great," and he chops off their head. Or he takes a knife, grabs him, and pushes his head down.
In the name of the Islamic State, then he cut his head off, and he took the head and threw it in the car.
And then the body started to shake like this. I swear, I saw it with my own eyes. I swear, I saw it all. I feel anxious now. When my parents make food for me, I don't feel hungry. I feel sick all the time. I can't stand seeing stuff like that. It gives me nightmares.
سلوا السيوف سلوا السيوف والخناجر سلوا السيوف سلوا السيوف والخناجر أخي أنت مقبل أخي أنت مقبل على المرتد والكافر سلوا السيوف سلوا السيوف وسلوا الخناجر بالدقمة هيا تقدموا تقدموا بحزامنا عندي حزام الناسف وأنسفوا بالطاغية. اسمي محمد.
My name is Mohammed. My nickname is Abu al-Abbas al-Rakawi.
عمري 15 سنة.
I'm 15 years old.
لما انتسبت للتنظيم
I was 13 when I joined Islamic State.
13 سنة هيك. قريبا قريبا ترون العجيبة صراعا رهيبا وسوف ترى في عقر ديارك تكون المعارك لأجل دمارك حسام براتينا بسمر لجز ونحر بسكين ثأر سمت من حرى بقطع الرقاب بجمع الكلاب بقطع الرقاب حسام برا. والله وصى انه
There was a person who came from Iraq, Sheikh Abu Muhammad al-Baghdadi.
محمد البغدادي وهو بزاد بيحب
He liked songs. He visited Raqqa to see us. He was from Mosul.
حاضرين احنا من الحاضرين.
There was a competition to pick the best singer.
انه اي واحد
Abu Muhammad al-Baghdadi was there.
محمد البغدادي.
In my song, I said to him, "Oh, Abu Muhammad al-Baghdadi, you're visiting us."
انت ورفعت غنيت عليه شوي.
I sang for him, and I won the competition.
فايزين بالمسابقة. طاني جايزة طاني مسدس.
He gave me the prize, a 9mm pistol and 2 hand grenades.
فهيش انه هدية.
It was a great gift.
المنشد يعتبر انه رفع معنويات.
The singer's there to lift the fighters' spirits. When they're at the front and they hear a song, it boosts their morale. It gives them confidence. They feel important. Children learn songs more easily. They just have to concentrate a bit and they remember them. The older members, of 20 and upwards, only think about fighting. They don't feel like singing. Most of the members who sing are children who aren't man enough yet to fight.
And did you want to fight or did you want to sing?
I wanted to fight.
Why?
I just wanted to. When I was small, I loved fighting and the sound bullets made. I did rifle shooting and I thought it was fun.
به عز ديني وذل البغاة فيا قوم هبوا لدحر الكمات فإما حياة وإما ممات وإما ممات يغيظ العدا وإما ممات يغيظ العدا صليل الصوارم نشيد الأباء ودرب.
My name's Ahmad. I come from Raqqa. I'm 26. I fought in the ranks of the Al-Nusra Front. Then I was forced to fight for Daesh. I was always in the firing line. There were 8 to 10-year-old children with us. They found it hard to handle the pressure when we launched attacks. Some children, not all of them obviously, would say they wanted to go home, to be with their parents, right in the middle of the fighting, because of all the atrocities they saw. Some of them would cry and say, "I want to go home, I can't stay here."
ولكن الغالبية اللي شفناه
But most of the children are there voluntarily. Some join the movement without even telling their parents. No one was forced into it. For suicide missions, you have to swear allegiance. You have to volunteer. It isn't compulsory. And it was the children above all who were conned. As for throat slitting, most of the time, the children asked to do it. They want to try slitting someone's throat. The adults, though, are ordered to do it. You can refuse, but you're punished if you do. For example, if you're ordered to slit someone's throat and you say, "No, let me shoot him with a rifle," because you don't feel capable of killing with a knife, then you're either lashed, put in jail, or not allowed to fight. But it never goes further than that. That's for the adults. As for the children, I never saw them forced into it. A lot of them volunteered. They can be considered professionals.
My heart became hardened toward everyone. I was especially hard on my parents. On my sister, on everyone, on my whole family. I felt no pity for anyone. I avoided my parents, so I wouldn't see my mother making mistakes in front of me, so as not to cause problems for them. We saw people having their throats slit and didn't give a damn. Your heart's dead, it turns black, as we say. We had no goodness in our hearts anymore. If you saw your father making a mistake, you could abduct him or imprison him, even if he was your father. I imprisoned my brother once. I didn't feel sad for him at all. I was perfectly aware of what I was doing, of imprisoning him. For me, it was normal. I hit him, imprisoned him, tortured him. Normal. It was normal.
What made you end up leaving?
It's hard to talk about. I've never told anyone. There was a guy, a friend who was executed by Islamic State. He was accused of homosexuality. When they executed him, they pushed him off a silo first, but he didn't die. And you know how high a silo is. He was thrown off the top, but he didn't die. He had to be finished off. The man who executed him, there was a party at my friend's house. This was when I was an intelligence officer. I was walking down a well-lit street. A car stopped near me. He shouted. He rolled down his window and called me. I went over. I told him I'd been with my friends, and he said I smelled of cigarettes. He said, I'm going to frisk you. He patted my pockets, but I felt his hands touching me in a weird way. I felt what he was saying was twisted and his behavior was dubious. When he frisked me, I felt I was uneasy. He asked me to get in the back of the car to rape me. I wasn't armed at the time. When I suffered that, I hated Islamic State. The next day, I saw him. He visited the intelligence officer's bureau. He came in. I was wearing my balaklava, but I could tell he recognized me. I acted like everything was normal. I didn't know what to do because he was an important emir in Islamic State. If I reported him, they would probably punish me and not him. That's what I said to myself. I feel much older than my age. So much older. Like I could die tomorrow.
اكتب لي النجمة نجمات نجمات بكم نجمة تبع تركيا على أساس هيك يلا بس اكتب لي النجمة
I hated it more and more because of the executions. It was hard. Very hard.
My brother ran away before me, and I left with my uncle.
When I got to Turkey, I asked my aunt, "Is it true if you blow yourself up, you go to paradise?" She said, "No, who told you that?" I said to her, "That's what they taught us, that if you blow yourself up, you go to paradise." This is Syria. Syria. I'd like it to be how it used to be.